Right now, half the planet is glued to a screen watching 22 guys chase a ball. 22 guys chase a ball. Ancient humans never had that. No screens, no stadiums, no teams. So what did they do with all that energy instead? The answer is way more brutal than football. For over 100,000 years, humans have needed the exact same things football gives us today. Competition, rivalry, a reason to scream, a reason to celebrate. They just built it themselves. And some of what they did instead makes the World Cup look tame. Before there was football, there was survival, and survival was the sport. Anthropologists studying early human groups found something surprising. Throwing accuracy wasn't just a survival skill, it was a competition. Groups held contests to see who could hit a target from the farthest distance. Spear throwing, rock throwing, distance games that doubled as bragging rights. Sound familiar? That's basically a penalty shootout. Same instinct, different weapon. Wrestling shows up even earlier. Cave art dating back over 15,000 years shows two figures locked in what looks unmistakably like a wrestling hold. Not fighting to the death, wrestling for status, for rank, for the roar of the crowd around the fire. And here's the part that really connects to football. These weren't solo activities. They were group events. The whole camp would gather to watch. The whole camp. There were winners, there were losers, and there was almost certainly trash talk. Football has something else humans have always craved. An us versus them. Long before nations had flags, tribes had markings, painted faces, specific patterns of scars, jewelry, clothing, visual signals that said instantly who belonged to your group and who didn't. When two tribes met, it wasn't always violence. Sometimes it was ritual competition, races, strength contests, even early forms of tug of war using vines and hide rope discovered in archaeological digs across multiple continents. Whoever won didn't just get bragging rights. They got trade deals, alliances, sometimes marriages. It was diplomacy disguised as sport. Sound like anything you've seen at a World Cup? Two nations, one field, and for 90 minutes, everything gets settled without a single actual war. But maybe the most football-like thing ancient humans did wasn't the competition. It was what happened after. When a hunt succeeded, a real group effort, high-stakes hunt, the celebration that followed has been reconstructed by anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies. And it is loud. It is loud dancing around the fire, chanting, drumming on anything that made noise, grown adults screaming with their arms in the air, arms in the air. If you've ever seen fans erupt after a last-minute goal, you've basically seen a hunting celebration with better lighting. There's also this. After a big win, food was shared, not rationed. Shared generously, sometimes wastefully, specifically because the group had earned it together. That's not so different from a stadium full of strangers hugging each other after a goal. Shared effort, shared reward, shared noise. So here's the wild part. Strip away the jerseys, the screens, the stadiums. And football isn't new at all. It's just the newest version of something humans have been doing since before we had language. Competing, dividing into teams, screaming together, and celebrating like it's the only thing that matters. Ancient humans didn't have the World Cup. They just built their own out of spears, fire, and each other. If this made you look at football differently, subscribe. We break down one hidden piece of ancient human behavior every week. And drop a comment. Which ancient version sounds more intense, the wrestling matches or the hunting celebrations?